Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And T-Mobile just had their announcement that they teased 2 days ago. And it was all business related. So yes, some of these moves are not going to be consumer related. This was all business. This new business plans, now having home office internet using T-Mobile's Lotus spectrum that they got from Sprint, and then we got the collaboration. So some of you may have no interest in it. Some said it was boring. I get that. I understand. But if you're involved in T-Mobile, you're into the company, then you have to look at them from an overall standpoint. As I mentioned in a previous video, T-Mobile competes in segments. So they upped their value on the 55 and older plan with Netflix on Us. They just made an announcement for the consumer side with Magenta Max. They also brought the Max portion of it to the military plans. And now they're competing more and more on the business side. So here they're going after the Fortune 500 companies. They announced a partnership now with Nordstrom, and the city employees of Los Angeles on the business side have also signed up with T-Mobile. So this is a segment that they feel they have runway, that they can grow. The only competition in that space is, of course, AT&T and Verizon. So they're looking to pull market share from them. So this is a segment that they haven't been really competing in on a more massive scale. So as I mentioned in an older video, they've mainly competed on the small business side of the business segment, which they do fine in, but they also now want some of that bigger share on the Fortune 500 companies. So they're targeting that group now with these new announcements. They're going fully unlimited for the same price as the big two, with pretty much you're paying for more. You're getting completely unlimited with these new business plans. And I'm really wondering who else they have lined up and who else they're trying to get in partnerships with. This is also a revenue driver, profit driver. So that also helps T-Mobile's overall business. So as I mentioned, you have to look at T-Mobile overall. You can't just be engaged into one segment. You got to look at, okay, how is the 55 and older performing? How do they perform on military? How are they performing on business? And that's how you have to have your overall opinion on T-Mobile. I think they do well in all of them. They really matured and pulled all the customers that they have now on the consumer side. They really have grown from the consumer. Then they got Sprint, so of course they gained more customers. Sprint really didn't compete on business either, at least in a way that they both, of course, would want to. Verizon and AT&T have maintained that leadership, at least on the bigger companies, for a very long time now. Even some smaller businesses go with Verizon and AT&T. So now is the time with this new network, this new spectrum that they're unleashing. Now is the time to really compete on that segment, and they are fully committed of doing so. From what I saw in the video that they posted, they done their homework. I'm positive they had consultants. They ran the numbers. They had analysis. They know there's 86% that are having issues with home internet. So they're going to pull in those businesses that are having those issues, and they're going to provide them with the home internet office, where you can virtually use it anywhere. So that's what really the wireless solution has brought to them. And again, they are monetizing the Sprint assets very early. This is very, very early. They're predicting they can offer this to up to 60 million households once this is officially launched to the public. So it's very interesting how they're going about this. They're monetizing early. They're being very aggressive. They have not slowed down a bit. From Q4 to Q1 now, going into Q2 in April, they're very aggressive in their offerings. They're still paying off phones from the other carriers, from the main two competitors now, as Dish is not really involved yet. So they're still offering $650 for you to bring in your lines. Zero cost to switch, so they're waiving activation fees. They're also offering better deals now on Apple Watches, the watch lines, the phones. So they're really aggressively competing still against AT&T and Verizon. AT&T is not too shocked on this because they're also competing and they have competitive offerings. Verizon, as I've mentioned plenty of times, Verizon is likely going to have to make a market correction or their growth is going to drastically slow. It's going to happen. The whole notion that they don't want to chase unprofitability, T-Mobile's like, bring it on. We'll take it. And in the meantime, as they offer their deals and their network is getting better, they also take in some of that Verizon market share. Verizon market share in some markets, from what I'm being told, is gearing towards MVNOs. So if T-Mobile can pull in some of that share as well, I think they do just fine. It's going to take them, versus the consumer perspective, I think it's going to take them a lot longer to really penetrate the bigger Fortune 500 companies. But I think with their pricing structure, with the value that they offer, I think they can do it. I think they can do it now, and I think they can do it effectively. I think it's going to take Verizon a bit longer to attach any wireless home internet with C-band for business. It's just going to take them a bit longer to scale. So I think T-Mobile now has an opportunity to really unleash these plans. I think they will discuss more on the Media Analysts Day coming up in a few days. But they have huge potential to really make this work. And I think they're going to put that in the market space very early. They're trying to change perception. That was a big part of Q4 earnings call. And they also feel like they have huge runway on business, which I'm in complete agreement with. As long as the network and the reliability backs them up, they're going to have huge runway. People have been looking to get out of the limited plans from AT&T and Verizon. According to what I just saw, and in some companies like Nordstrom and the city of Los Angeles have already chosen T-Mobile. So we will see what that translates into, say, 6 to 12 months from now. So let me know what you think about this. Again, I will leave all the info in the description down below. Didn't really want to go too detailed on it. It is business, which most of you are regular consumers, so you're probably not that interested in it. But I'm just letting you know this is a big deal. This is good for T-Mobile. Lots of runway, lots of revenue, lots of profits could potentially come out of this. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.